Hello, everyone, and welcome to this info session and online event of the Social Entrepreneurship Competition in Tourism. Happy Tuesday, everyone. My name is Maria Stoyanova. I'm the Communication and Project Coordinator for the competition this year. I'm joining you today from Canary Islands, but we have guests from all over the world today joining this info session that hopefully we can answer some more of your questions. We are extremely excited to actually share this event and this project with everybody. We have already received a very positive response from applicants, from partners, from supporters all over the world. So we just want to encourage more people to join this amazing project. If you're watching us today live on Travel Massive website, on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, live stream, join the comment section. This is an interactive session. If you have any questions at any point, please put them in the comments below and we are going to get to them at the end of this event. Also, let us know where are you joining us from so we know how diverse our audience is. And with that said, I would really like to invite on stage Professor Claudia Brazzo, who is the founder of the competition, so she can say a few more words about the updates of the competition this year. Hello, Claudia.
Hello, Maria. Thank you for the introduction. Hello, and a warm welcome from my side to everyone. I'm very excited that we have this info session today, and I hope also that we can answer a lot of questions from the audience. I'm very happy that we are here the sixth time with the Social Entrepreneurship Competition in Tourism. I'm sending from Berlin, and I hope that everyone is well in this channel. So let's have a quick look at what is on in the timeline. So as you may know, we have started in the 1st of April. We started with a great session at ITB. It's not here, but then in 1st of April, we started with the application phase, and then we have the end of the application at the 13th of June. Then we start the evaluation phase. I will introduce you to the jury members, which are going in a 4 eyes principle through all the applications. And then we have a voting in the end. And the big thing, what we are doing here is we will have a mentorship phase from September to October for the 10 shortlisted applicants, and this will be a one-to-one mentorship. So everyone who is coming to this phase is really a winner. And in the end, we have 2 winners in the growth track and 2 winners in the launch track. And we have this pitch contest award ceremony at the 28th of November this year. Just join us, save the date. And if we look a little bit further, we can see where are we at the moment. So we have 83 started applications from 64 applicant countries. And this is really amazing in this phase. And I would like to engage everybody who started the application, just finish it, because the end is really near and you can learn a lot if you do this process. What is really great for this year is that we have 83% of full-time commitments. This means we ask the applicants if this is a beside project or if this is what they are doing in their main working hours. So we have a really good field of startups. And it is nearly the 46 and 54% is launch and growth track. So we are half and half. I would like to give big thank you to all our partners. And I'm really happy to say that we have this year a very good field of the national and international tourism industry that are getting more and more aware of the topic of social entrepreneurship. And I'm very happy that they all support the competition so that you as an applicant can take part in that, and we learn to transform the tourism industry together. This is the very competent jury of this year. And you can see all the faces. We try to get everyone in from each continent, from different backgrounds, different genders. And we try to select the best
Claudia, I'm just joining in to say that we lost your sound just a few seconds ago, so we cannot hear you. But until you fix that, maybe I can quickly say that we do want to think about all the jury members. We still cannot hear you for some reason. If you want to go backstage, rejoin. Maybe we'll hear you then more, and I will take over from here. No worries. Yes, we would really like to thank all of the jury members for this year. This wouldn't have been possible if people from the industry, absolute experts, are not devoting their time to this competition, absolutely on goodwill, of course. These are absolute experts, so we are very happy to have the jury members. You can see some of them are here today with us. And also, if you go to our website, you can learn more about each of them. And of course, for the mentorship phase afterwards in September and October, we do have a group of mentors that are going to take on one-on-one mentorship with the 10 finalists, also with some group sessions. So this is one of the most valuable things as well to be part of this competition, because these mentors work very closely for 2 months with the finalists to validate the idea, to expand their networks, and of course to share any knowledge, advice, and tips, and to prepare them for the final pitch competition on 28th of November, where the winners will be chosen after a few minutes of elevator pitch from each of the projects. If we go forward, we would actually really we are very excited to announce today, you're hearing this first, that we do have a cash prize for winners that is provided by Nuestra, one of our partners. 2 of the first place winners in the launch and growth track are going to receive €1,000 each for their project, and the second place winners are going to receive €500 for their project. This is just a little bit of more support for the applicants, for the entrepreneurs that are going to apply, on top of everything that we have also already announced. Even if you don't make to the final or to the winning place, there is still a lot of benefits for you to apply. So we do have some prizes for the shortlisted candidates, which are going to be 25 projects. We also have some more benefits for the finalists that are going to make to the next round. Besides the mentorship, we are proposing visibility to our networks partner channels. We also have some expert sessions with 3 finalists from Amadeus. And the winners, of course, besides the monetary prize, they are going to get tickets to ITB Berlin in 2025. We do have one of our winners from last year on the second place, Paula. She will join later during the event. She did take place in our panel during ITB Berlin this year to share her experience and a little bit more about her project. So our network of social entrepreneurs always get benefits in the long term. But I would let her share more about her experience in that. And with that said, I would like to invite our first guest speakers today. I really like seeing everyone who is joining from all over the world: Germany, Hungary, Kenya, Indonesia, super diverse audience. Whenever you have any questions for either our guests or for the competition team, please put them in the comments below, or if you want to share some of your challenges as well, put them in the comments. This is a good way to start a discussion with us. Okay, I would like to invite now Rika, Michelle, and Neil on the screen. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And Rika, you are supporting the competition from basically since the beginning. I will let you start first with introducing yourself and why do you support the competition?
Yeah, hello everybody. It's really exciting to speak with so many people from all over the world. I'm Rika Jean-François, and I'm a social anthropologist actually, and I was for many, many years building up the corporate social responsibility at ITB Berlin, the largest travel trade show, and we were co-founders actually with Claudia and Hane. So for us, it was from the very beginning very important to be responsible to society as a whole. And that's why we wanted to be co-founders, because I think it's necessary to transform tourism as we're going to continue as it was before, only talking about growth and so on. We really need to cater to the people who live in destinations as well, plus for those who are visiting. And these social components are getting more and more important, and they have always been, but we cannot only look at the environment, we really have to combine both. And and this is especially necessary for the future generations. So what I do now, I'm also head of GSTC. I'm a part of the board of GSTC, the Global Tourism Council, and the Roundtable for Human Rights and Tourism, because I really think we have to combine that. And I'm also head of international business relation now for queer destinations, and they are really connecting business and institution destinations with the LGBT community. So they're training programs and consultation how to embrace diversity, equity, inclusion. That's what I do.
Thank you so much. I'm sure with this extensive experience, you can answer many of the questions. So if everyone has one, please add them in the comments. But one of the things I wanted to ask as an experienced jury member in this competition, and probably in many other places as well, what would be your advice for applicants this year, especially to make their project stand out after seeing hundreds and hundreds of projects?
Well, I really think that it's very important to truly understand what your company stands for. So, and to be honest with yourself, to try to analyze why you yourself stand out, and how do you serve your underlying idea, the social idea behind it, and how can you transfer it to your customer, because you also need to provide the customer service. So you need this combination. And to fulfill the promises you make to yourself and to your customers, you need to be true to yourself. And never promise also a feature which you really cannot provide. So do not exaggerate. Really try to look for solutions and how you can adapt your product. And well, of course, always be innovative, adapt to new situations. Look at your USP. You need to have a USP, and then you need to communicate it, And once you found your USP, what makes your product special, then stick to it. And I think it's also very often important to focus on a specific market, whether it's a niche market, but and to do that, and this is what I also do now with queer destinations, is really to deeply understand your target audience and involve this audience in the creational process, because otherwise you won't be truly authentic. And I think that's so important. And then don't leave that path. Don't forget why you started. Don't forget your underlying idea and notion. So yeah, and you can make your offerings for your unique customers. And then if you're passionate, and I think all those people working in the social entrepreneurship sector are passionate, I think you can really succeed. Believe in yourself and networking is so important as well. So I hope this will help a little bit for you to continue and to go for the competition this year, because it's really worth it. And even if you don't win, you will have a lot of experience, and through the network and everything, and yeah, the whole process is exciting. So please stay online. Do go for it.
Thank you so much. I would absolutely agree that passion is one of the more common things that we see in every project that we receive in the competition. So this really shows in the application, and people should really focus on showing why they personally believe in the project and the mission of their project or idea. Neil, thank you and welcome. Basically, thank you for joining a little bit later than everyone. You're joining us from Vietnam, but I will let you introduce yourself for a minute.
Okay, thank you, Maria and Rika. I'm delighted to be here, continuing on with this competition, as I was a judge as well last year. I'm signing in from Hoi An, Vietnam, the center of Vietnam, where it's quite warm, 35 degrees, and 7 o'clock or 7:15 that night. I am a successful social entrepreneur in real life, celebrating our awarded social enterprise here in Vietnam. This will be our 15th year. There aren't many other social enterprises around the world legitimately having survived and continuing to survive post-pandemic, doing the kind of work that we do. I think that social enterprises are really absolutely the model, the platform that bring us all together. I think it's obvious. I don't need to be elongated, that travel needs to be sustainable and be driven by values and not greed. And I think one of, if not the model, certainly, and platform that I advocate and I'm involved in, is a social enterprise model that, in fact, brings together communities, individuals, small communities, large communities, global communities, and enterprises at the same time in a value-oriented way that is not, where greed is not necessarily the priority. I encourage, as I've said before, I think the slow food movement has been an excellent model and contributed a lot in terms of sustainability in the food arena, and there are many lessons in the slow food activity that I think slow travel could also benefit. Maybe I just touch upon, Maria, if I have another minute, some keys for success from my standpoint, whether you're launching or whether you're growing, whether you're in the competition or not, but keys, not that I'm smart, but that we've learned from many mistakes over the last 15 years in getting smart and being successful. In addition to the passion that you've already touched upon, which is of course also key, I think it's critical to be focused. I think one of the most important of those that are successful in many things, with certainly in social enterprises, is to remain focused, figure out who you are and what you want to do, and stick to that. There are many, many good things to do, but it's important to stick to with the focus. I think also very important to success, again, whether you're at a launch stage or a growth stage or just beginning to conceptualize, is how you're going to organize and what form of governance. I think one of the challenges in this competition and others that I've been involved in is many, many good ideas and vague sense of program, but a lack of a very clear understanding of how to be organized. Is it for profit, not for profit, some hybrid of the two, and what's the form of governance? Investors are critically important to investors. Is what's your governance? What's your transparency? Who are the people that are going to ensure that you do what you say you're going to do? And just to add one final one where I think also it may seem basic and not necessary, but I think it's often one of the points that separate out those who succeed from those who don't, is learn how to talk P&L. You must understand, and not everyone does, but then you must surround yourself with colleagues and others who understand what a budget is, who are not intimidated with a budget, who understand a profit and loss statement. These are absolutely critical issues. That they're not always the most funnest part, but they are sometimes the most critical. And I think it's very important, especially for those that are starting out, to not be shy of, even though we're often uncomfortable with those areas, but to develop the expertise either in oneself or the team that you put together to make sure you really understand your budget and what your profit and loss will be. And maybe I'll stop there and we'll wait for some good questions at the end. I'm delighted to be part of this competition. It's a terrific one. And I'm looking forward to seeing the great applicants that I'm sure we'll have at the end of the application process. Thank you, Maria, and thank you, everybody else.
Thank you so much, Neil. You covered quite a few very important messages here. Maybe we will come back to them at the end of this session, but absolutely, yes. Thank you for sharing those. I did also want to cover a little bit, so I don't forget, how do people can reach to resources or reach out to a network of people if they don't have this available for them. So I think this is also a big challenge for many, not only countries, but for many just regions, that they do need to have these resources available. So that's also one of the goals of this competition, to make it online, open for everyone, not only for established businesses, but also for starting entrepreneurs. Thank you. We will get back to this for sure. And Michelle, hello, and thank you for joining us. I will let you introduce yourself quickly and why do you believe in social entrepreneurship?
Hello, thanks for having me, and thanks everyone for joining from across the world. My name is Michel Visser. I'm the head of societal impact for Booking.com, and I'm leading the program for societal impact. And we do this across 3 different pillars: ED&I, equity, diversity, and inclusion. Obviously the travel sector, travel and leisure, and also education, for example, in IT. And one of the great examples is that we support, for example, an NGO called the Holiday Bank, in Dutch the Vakantiebank. And that's an organization that is offering free holidays for families that live in poverty. So they get a 1 week of free holidays with their entire family to go out and really have a reset button. And I think that's a great example how tourism can be a force for good as well. Is literally, it's for families, for yourself. It can offer a reset button. It can help you to get to know yourself, but it also is can have a positive and good impact on society as well. I think someone in the comments already mentioned that travel and tourism can bring lasting and peace as well. For example, I think it was mentioned in Colombia. Yeah, that's the one. Thanks for pulling it up. So I think we really believe in travel as a force for good. And at Booking.com, we have a mission that we want to enable everyone to experience the world. Because it's a force for good, and therefore we are really proud to be part of the Social Entrepreneurship Competition in tourism, to really help also foster the community of startups, of social entrepreneurs, to be able to get together and learn from each other, be inspired by each other, and really see it as a particle accelerator, you could say. It's literally, this entire program can really boost your business and creating that impact that's so much needed. And that's the reason for us to join the program, and to really help you as entrepreneurs to move forward and get tourism in a better position in the future as well.
Thank you, Michelle. This year you're joining as well as one of the mentors. in the competition. I always think it's very clear what are the benefits of mentorship, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe because I'm in this, basically in this sphere. But would you just share a few words of why mentorship is important? Why should entrepreneurs strive for mentorship in this or other processes?
So I think there's two mentors in this program. I think that's your fellow entrepreneurs are mentors themselves as well. I think there's a lot to learn from your fellow entrepreneurs from across the world. Listen to their stories, listen to what they've done in the past, listen to where they failed and where they were successful. And then you have the mentors from all the different companies, but also NGOs, educational institutes that are joining this program. And I think there's such a rich diversity in what mentors have to offer in this program. If Neil was talking about P&L, if you want to learn about that, there is a mentor that can help you really leapfrog to a next situation on like how to create your P&L in the future. There's co-founders, founders of former NGOs, social enterprises in the mentor program as well. And these are really people that's been through multiple or of the same situations you've been into, and that's really a mirror for you, and also kind of like a way to kind of like mirror your ideas and improve your ideas as well. And I think one of the things you can bring on the table is like ask your mentor to challenge you to fail as soon as possible. I think keeping a mediocre success for a long term doesn't bring you to the next phase. It's like really let them challenge you to fail as soon as possible. And the more failures you get into this program, I think the further you will get eventually. And I think that's the biggest advice I could give you, like getting out of the mentorships within this program.
I would also add many of the applicants will receive their feedback as well after the jury session too. So that is also one of the very valuable things that shortlisted and finalist applicants and entrepreneurs will get out of this competition. So many hidden benefits are lying around here. Stay tuned. I will put you backstage at the moment, but I will invite you again to join at the end when we have more questions from the audience. But now I would also like to invite our other guests so they can join their advice. They can share their advice as well. I would like to welcome on stage Paola, Stephanie, and Professor Claudia, I think is already with us again. So hello, everyone. Hi, Claudia again. I hope we can hear you now.
Hi, Maria. Can you hear me?
Yes, everything works well.
sorry for the technical problems. So, okay. So, but I think you want to start with Paola and Stephanie, right?
Yes, definitely. Paola, I will let you introduce yourself, but I already shared a few words. You're one of our past participants. You did finish on second place last year, and you did take part of the ITB session in March this year in Berlin. So we would like to hear a little bit more about your experience as a social entrepreneur and also in general, but also as part of this competition. So please introduce yourself.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I work for the Italian Association of People with Down Syndrome. So I come from the social sector and I'm trying to become a manager. I'm trying to get more economic as possible. So in 2014, together with other disability associations and hospitality chains, we have promoted Valuable, which is a European network and a trademark of hospitality companies that include people with intellectual disabilities in their workforce. I must say that the contest arrived at the moment when the money from Brussels, from the European Commission, through the Erasmus Plus program, came to an end after 10 years. So for us was very, very important to reflect, to think about how we could go on without such a money. Now we are in 9 countries with approximately 130 members.
And how was your experience with applying for the competition, with networking? What are the direct and indirect benefits that you got out of this competition?
Well, I can say that there are a lot. My job is to be a project designer, and I can say, so I took part in many application processes, and for many of them I failed. This time we were second winners, as you said, and I can say that regardless of the final result, there are a lot of benefits. I can make a list. First of all, we got an invitation to ITB last 5th of March. And for us, for someone who usually speaks about handicap, about disabilities, about to have a dive into the world of tourism was an experience. Second, we got a group about networking. We got a group of new potential friends from all over the world. I mean, both the other participants and many others who came to know about us from the web. Then available and user-friendly experts. This, I must say, you are not alone during the 2-month period before the final contest. But also, we were very proud to get one dedicated post by Travel Massive. Thank you. And the right to show the logo of the competition on our websites. So, in addition to this, I must say that maybe the most important thing was a devoted and loyal coach. Among all the special services of the last 2 months before the final contest, we had the chance to get a lady who called Maria Periligina. And for us, it was an unexpected result. After almost 2 years, we are still with them, with her. And she provides us management consultancy. And she made the last thing, the last week, she indicated us a new potential source of funding. And so she opened it up for new horizons for us, provided a business perspective that we had not, and also suggested, as I said, potential funding sources. So if I can say a word to people who are thinking about apply or not apply, or going on with the application they already started but didn't complete, which is a usual step for people who write projects, I would say that they should apply, because pioneers should become managers. People with a social background, like me, can start new paths on the push of a dream, but later on they have to look for the way in the market. Participation in this contest is an effective way, on my point of view, is an effective way to pursue these two objectives we have, social and economic. Thanks to its worldwide diffusion, expert advice, and careful coaching, I think that this contest helped us very much.
Thank you very well, very well said. I was looking at Claudia the whole time, and she was also super proud of everything that you mentioned. So extremely useful to hear from one of the past participants. Of course, there's many people and entrepreneurs that don't make it to the finalist step or to the shortlist candidates, but we do try to share resources or to just provide a sort of network and examples of what people and entrepreneurs can be looking for. So I think even that would be valuable for everyone who wants to join. Stephanie, thank you as well for spending your time with us today. Would you share for a few minutes if just introduce yourself and tell us why Lufthansa City Center is supporting the competition this year?
Sure. Hi, Maria. Hi to everyone from all around the world. I'm Stephanie. I'm responsible for sustainability topics at Lufthansa City Center. We have the Lufthansa in our name, but we are an independent travel agency chain, a franchise chain, from operating from all over the world in the fields of business and leisure travel, with a more than a decade-long history of sustainability work. And but for myself, I've been working on sustainability projects for quite a long time, starting from topics such as ISO 14001 certification or other sustainability management schemes or systems, to topics such as carbon emission calculations or sustainability reportings. So the whole range of sustainability management. And I'm new to the jury as well as to the initiative itself. Thanks for having me, guys, and I'm really looking forward to seeing your ideas, dear participants.
As you mentioned, you're joining as a jury member this year. Is there anything in particular you're going to be looking for in the applications? I know we do have an evaluation criteria. We do have a list of, everything that we've prepared, but is there anything that you will be looking for specifically?
I mean, being new to the jury means for me approaching every idea with an open mind. So I think any new idea or concept is be interesting anyways. So ideas that are truly new can be interesting. However, also ideas that are new but never have been addressed before can be exciting and important to be implemented. And of course, concepts must fulfill certain criteria, such as solving the social problem itself, creating greatest possible social benefit, economic and environmental viability, scalability of the concept. So I think there's lots of space for new ideas and innovation itself. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. I will give the word to Claudia now. Maybe you can share your advice to the participants and people who want to apply this year. We do really have people from all over the world, different countries. So there are different and diverse backgrounds. There are diverse environments that entrepreneurs operate in. So what would be your advice towards those people?
Thank you very much. For all your insights, Paola. Thank you very much for your sentence. Pioneers should become managers. I really like that one. But I also think that you put something into my mind that is really important to share with the possible applicants. Choose your track right. So we have a launch track and we have a growth track. And I know that you asked me after the application that you don't know if you choose the right track. So let me explain this a little bit. The launch track is for, let's say, I have an idea, or I have just started with my idea. I'm not full-time in that topic. The idea just started to grow a little bit. Yeah. So everything what is in a very early stage of your company, startup, or whatever. And the growth track is we ask for a register number or something. This depends on the country where you are. So if you have founded an association somewhere, like in Germany, you get a number for that, or you have a different legal entity where you get a number for. I learned 2 years ago that in Indonesia, there is a registering process for social enterprises. So maybe in Indonesia, you have a process for this is a social enterprise, and there is the state that says, okay, you have this number and you are a social enterprise. I think it is France and Indonesia, but all over the world, maybe you have to search for what is the right legal entity that fits for my idea. I would like to say 3 words, what I think what is very important and very easy for all the applicants. Choose first the why, then the how, and then the what. So start with the why. what is the problem I want to solve, and where do I have with my problem solution an impact, and how does this impact looks like. So I think this is very important if you understand, and this is what makes the valuable network, according to my opinion, so successful, because you really know what is your why. You want to bring people with disabilities into the labor market, and there is really a solution for different target groups, for the disabled people, but also for the tourism sector and so on. And I think this is so clear with your valuable network, that I would like to say that the why first, then the how, and then the what. Thanks, Maria.
Thank you so much. I would like to get everyone back on stage now. We do have a few questions from the audience. We will spend not more than 5-10 minutes. So ask your questions now, put them in the comment chat box, and we will get to them. So hello again, everyone. I can see, related to what Claudia last said, I can see a question from Maud. Are regular company entities with a social mission considered for the competition? So if you want to take that one first.
It's a regular company.
Probably just a registered company with a business goal. If part of the company is with some social mission incorporated, are they considered for the competition? Claudia?
I think yes. This is what I said before, that we don't have a social enterprise as a legal entity in every country of the world. So maybe you choose a different legal definition, but you have impact first as your company target, and then for sure, yeah, yes.
Yes, I would also add, we don't have any requirements in terms of demographic, geographical requirements, or company requirements for people to join. The only requirements are to be travel related, to have a social impact or mission in your idea, and also to connect your project or idea with the Sustainability Development Goals. So these are the only requirements. Everything else we can consider on individual basis. Okay, let's check on, we do have a few questions, but before that, I would like to ask whoever wants to join first, but what are some of the creative ways, I guess, to get access to resources, to get access to inspiration for either your application, but not only for your idea or project? What are some ways that are important for entrepreneurs to consider that have not considered before, in your opinion? If anyone wants to join. For example, I always like to say that, especially our jury or mentors, they're always available even on LinkedIn. They're just a message away. So you can basically reach out to experienced people, or you can reach out to a network to ask your questions. Claudia, if you want to add.
I would like to to say that the Travel Massive Network is also a very good source, and we have this platform and we have our community there. And I'm sure if people have questions, other people are open to answer there. And for the people who have applied, we also want to set up for the last 25, the finalists and the shortlisted, in the end, a platform that they can have a community network to learn from each other peer-to-peer.
We do have one question regarding the voting. I would like to actually address also something similar to Neil and Rika. They have been part of the jury before. You'd know how the process works. Would you like to share a little bit more about this process? And I do have a follow-up question, but let's see if we have time. And after that, I will just, or just before that, I will say we don't have a public voting. All of the jury evaluation happens internally. So during July and August, we do have an internal voting process with all the jury members. But Rika and Neil, if you want to share your experience in that and maybe some tips.
I'm not sure who you're asking. Are you asking Rika or Neil or both?
Both of you, but Rika, if you want to start, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I think the good thing is really that in those jury sessions, we really discuss, we really look at every application, and we really try to find the cause behind it, whether there is a good audience, whether there is a good clientele for the idea, and how to make, so we never take it easy. So you can be sure that we will be really discussing each application with a lot of goodwill and passion. I think this is important to know. It's not like, oh, sometimes when you go for a job interview, so that we just throw out anybody. No, we really look at every applicant, and we really take care of each of you. So, but this is why, as we said before, it is so important that you really know, as Claudia also says, why you're doing it, and that you do not use your that you do not lose your focus.
Neil, do you want to add something?
Yeah, yes, I do, because I want to add that there was a very impressive and very thorough read of all the applications by the jurors, much more so than, frankly, other competitions that I've been involved in. It was a very rigorous, very thoughtful, very careful, frankly, time-consuming read that all the jurists went through before coming around the table to discuss it. It was just not a off the top of your head discussion. It was very thorough, very careful, and I think the results show that, because of the amount of time and energy and intention that was put into reviewing individually first and then reviewing as a group.
Thank you so much. We do have a question. Can I apply as a solopreneur? Yes, this is possible. And also, can an individual with social mission but has not legally registered apply? Yes, we do have a launch track, and you're not required to have a registered company. You just need to create your application where you're going to list every aspect of your idea. We do have one lengthy question, but some of that I will answer afterwards, after the event, in the comment section. But I would like to address just the last part. If Claudia, you want to share that, can you explain what kind of information you're looking for in the section revenue model? Maybe that's more for the launch track, but if you have any tips for that.
You ask me?
Yes, just the number 3.
So the entry name, it could be also a project of your whole company. Maybe you have a company and you have one project that is presenting here that is applying here. This could be the entry name. This could also be the name of your company. So templates have to be special for every idea that you have in the end. So if something doubles and it makes sense for you, it's not the problem.
Thank you so much. We will address some of those questions as well afterwards in the comment section after the event. You will find a lot of information on the website, but also the team is always available on the email provided on the website page. So definitely we are open to any questions, and we do encourage everyone to apply for this year's competition. There is 1 month, but don't wait until the last minute, because oftentimes your excitement might go down towards the end. So if you start your application, make sure to fill it in as well. And just as a last word from everybody, just share one sentence on why social tourism matters, and then we can finish up the online event. Paolo, do you want to start?
Yes, thank you. Please go on. I know very well that in a project design process, there are hard moments. But try to go on, because it's a special contest, if I can say this.
Stephanie?
Yeah, I think that social entrepreneurship is very underrated in our industry. So I think it makes lots of sense to invest and to work and to engage in this topic.
Michelle?
I think it's through entrepreneurship and innovation that we can drive a lot quicker, that we can have more equality, diversity, inclusion in travel. And I think, entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs are making sure that we move a lot faster in this area. I think we're happy to support her.
Neil?
I don't think there's a great alternative. So I think you're all in the right place, and everybody should get their application in. There's no good reason not to. Win or not, everybody will learn and be taking the next big step in whatever their journey and their enterprise and their approach will be. So get your applications in. Don't be shy about it. And I'm sure that everybody, as I said, learns a lot and takes a lot of steps forward, win or not in this particular competition.
Rika?
Yeah, I think there are so many people out there who have really great ideas, and we all need your passion. We need your passion and your ideas if we really want to make the world a better place. And if we want to use, as you all said, tourism as a tool for good, then we need these ideas and we need your spirit. And that's why I really believe in social entrepreneurship, because there's spirit and there's heart behind it.
I will let Claudia join as well for my final and closing notes. So Claudia, you can share your tips too, but I would like to thank first all of the guests that joined on screen today and answer the questions and were just make themselves available for this online event and for the competition itself. Thank you so much. We will be in touch with you. But for now, thank you for joining. And Claudia, I will let you join me for the closing notes, and if you want to share some final words.
Thank you very much, Maria, for this great moderation. I just want to share one sentence. Tourism is an industry that is made for people, from people. So people are playing the major role in the tourism industry. And I think that we are doing something here. We call it the social part of sustainability, but it is from people, for people. And therefore, I think the transformation starts with the people. So therefore, we are on the right track, like Neil said it. And also Carol, who is in the audience, she's one of our mentors. She wrote something that is really also very important. The tourism industry is worldwide one of the biggest sectors that we have. So if we start here with the transformation, thanks to Carol for this thought, then we move very quick into a transformation for the better. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would encourage everyone to apply before 30th of June. On the website, you can see our requirements are the ones that you see on the slides. Basically, we are open to everyone. There is no geographical, demographic, team requirements or other criteria. So please join the competition. You will get benefits even just by applying and putting your idea or project in front of you in a written format. Even that is something that people will get. So thank you again so much. We are available for any questions afterwards, and see you soon.
Thanks. See you soon. Don't forget to look on the SDGs.
Yes.